Welcome to my dungeon. I am the amateur and today we'll be talking about D&D, specifically one-shots higher than level 5. Now, I've played a lot of one-shots because it's easier and it's great for my schedule and my friends. We play on Fridays sometimes and maybe next week some of us can't make it. Well, it's just a one-shot, so we're always making new characters, we're always playing different games. It's very simple. But when my friends play as the DM and they play higher than level 5, they're always having trouble with scaling the encounters. And I also have trouble with this. And I came up with solutions that I like to share to you guys and my friends as well. So one of the things I discovered that is very difficult is the first combat encounter. Now, this is always a problem because, the characters are very new. The players haven't played at this level, and if they have, it's very rarely. So when they come in with all this power, they're not sure what to use, or maybe they just are overwhelmed with the abilities that they got. And the first encounter it won't show them all the power, but it'll simplify the attack. So what I usually do is send them 5 goblins for the first combat encounter. It'll appear random, but it's just useful because when the characters wipe out the goblins, they feel more confident about using the characters. And I'll show you how much you should scale the next combat encounters. And if it doesn't, just keep sending a little bit more and more different level of monsters, higher each time. And this will help you understand what type of monsters you should be sending and what monsters that are either too powerful or just not really useful to the game. And the next thing I would like to talk about is the boss fights for one-shots. And this is always a problem, even for me who has a couple years more than my friends. And the problem with it is you built up this game all the way to fight the boss. So when you defeat the boss, it might take too long, or it's too short, or it's just not rememberable. And being rememberable for a boss fight is always important because it means that your characters had fun with it. They understand the monster, or it was just hilarious to fight. And I have 2 bosses that I always refer to, and this is helpful for me and my friends. The first boss, I have a weak boss, but with multiple minions. And this will force the players to use strategy. Let's say one minion runs away from the fight. Will the characters go after it? Would they separate? Or will they just ignore it? And if they ignore it, what happens? What consequences come of that? What if it creates a new game? That might be like the revenge story of your next one-shot. Or the minion comes back with even more minions, causing to overwhelm your party, making them to either fight them off to the death or just retreat altogether. And the next boss I use is a powerful boss with a weakness. So let's say you're playing with level 8 characters. I usually send a level 9 level 9 boss with a weakness, a unique weakness that you might not find in the monster manual or anywhere else. And this will make your characters try to figure out your boss before they get there, or it will switch up what players are more used to combat. For instance, what if you have a fire wizard who's always the king of the fight? He's always taking charge. His fire is always doing the most damage. And you have a druid who usually always uses water-based magic. Well, when the boss is a hag that is allergic to water damage but is immune to fire, it would change up the duo of the fight, causing the fire mage to rely on the druid. And this would create a memorable fight and story. It'll be very unexpected for the party. And that always, I find, is very memorable for everyone in the party. And this could be any type of weakness as well. Very unique. Maybe it's a cursed dragon who's allergic to brass. Or maybe it's a overpowered mutant goblin who's allergic to a type of forging technique on a weapon by the dwarves. Either way, it could be very unique. And the more unique it is, the more memorable it is to the party. You know, maybe. Yeah. And these are the tips that I have for you today. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you guys want any more D&D related videos, please comment down below. And if you have tips that you want to supply to the channel to this exact topic, be my guest. I'm not really good at a lot of stuff. D&D is just very fun for me, and I always love the tips from other people.